Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Just Be Different broadcast. My name is Janae, and I'm so excited and delighted to be invited into your time tonight to discuss relevant and pertinent information with you, the viewing audience. Please know that the goal and the purpose of the Just Be Different movement is to empower people from all walks of life to be different in every aspect of their lives. If this is your first time watching us, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are an avid watcher of the broadcast, please know that I am grateful for every like, every share, every comment, every watch. Thank you so much. Please visit us on our official website at wansleyj.wix.com/just be different. Like us on Facebook at the Just Be Different movement. The link to the official website, the Facebook page, as well as my personal social media handles will be provided for you in the description below. It has been a while, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't been with you all since the question and answer segment. But I'm back. I had a lot to do, and I needed to take some time just to rest and relax. If any of you guys know the word of prayer, just keep Janae in prayer. I gotta take it easy. I gotta take it easy now. I'll still be coming on every day, but I just have to take it easy now. Kind of gotta slow down now and just focus a little bit more on my health and a little bit more on my personal life. So I had to do a little bit of that. But we're back. And on tonight's episode of Just Be Different, we're gonna talk about how to handle heartbreak. How to handle heartbreak. This is going to be quite an episode because even now, we're still dealing with some of the side effects of heartbreak. And I know there's many of us out there who have dealt with heartbreak and may have gotten over it for the most part, but still have certain things that linger from, we have the little residue that's left, heartbreak. So tonight, we're going to talk about how to handle heartbreak. Heartbreak 101. Which is going to lead into a new segment. I know I just introduced the Family First segment not too long ago, but this episode is going to kind of be the launch of hashtag Single and Saved 101. And I'm so excited. I've been working on this while I've been away from you guys. And I know that you guys need some consistency, so I'm going to try not to take any more breaks like that, but I just had to. But during my little break, we did come up with a new segment entitled hashtag Single and Save 101. And so I guess this episode will lead into it. I guess this will be the first hashtag Single and Save segment. I'm excited. And the title of the broadcast tonight is Heartbreak 101. We're going to be talking about how they deal with heartbreak, how to deal with the effects from heartbreak and things like that. So tonight, we're going to discuss what heartbreak is. We're going to discuss why it happens. We're going to discuss the effects that come from heartbreak. We're going to discuss all of that. So how about we look at what heartbreak is? How about we look at that? What is heartbreak? I'm looking for the definition right now. Heartbreak. Here we go. Ready? Y'all ready? According to Merriam-Webster, heartbreak is a very strong feeling of sadness, disappointment, etc. The full definition of heartbreak: crushing grief, anguish, or distress. Examples of heartbreak: he recently suffered a string of romantic heartbreaks. I understand the heartbreak you must feel over your grandmother's death. So, yeah. This is just a definition of what heartbreak is. Then, of course, we're going to look at the Urban Dictionary's definition of heartbreak. The Urban Dictionary's top definition for the term heartbreak is the absolute worst feeling in the entire world. When one is heartbroken, they may actually feel such an intense pain that they don't even want to live anymore. One may feel heartbreak when a romantic relationship comes to an end or when one has been cheated on or etc. You cannot think about anything except for the awful pain you feel and how much you hate the person for leaving you and at the same time desperately want them back. Heartbreak literally feels like someone stabbing a knife into your chest and twisting it repeatedly. And the example that they use is I never knew why they called it heartbreak until I experienced it. Another definition. I guess this is from a guy's point of view. Heartbreak is when you love a girl and then she breaks your heart. Usually she says that she doesn't love you anymore and that you suck. That you were a mistake. That she has no clue why in the name of a higher power she ever dated you. And why she ever let you put your hands anywhere near her. Essentially, she makes you feel like fill in the blank, unworthy to tread the face of this earth or even gaze upon her divine form. And the definition that this sir used was my ex one day told me she loved me and the next day she dumped me. Sent all of her friends after me, who by the way got their butts kicked and attempted to ruin my life. She failed and now I've got a better and much hotter girlfriend. Then here it is from a girl's perspective. When you're really in love with someone and you guys break up and it hurts so bad, it keeps you up at night because every time you close your eyes, you think of them. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't be in a room by yourself because you start thinking about them. You have to keep yourself busy at all times because otherwise you think of them and it hurts so much you want to cry. You can't listen to the radio or watch TV anymore because every other song, TV show, or movie makes you think of them. It hurts so bad you feel empty inside and nothing you can do can fill that space. No one can ever take the place of that person, and no matter how hard you try to move on, it always comes down to the fact that you can never be as in love with another person the way you were in love with them. And the example she used is heartbreak is the worst feeling in the world. I never wish this feeling on another person. So that, my friend, is the definition or the definitions for heartbreak. Heartbreak sucks. And I'm sure anyone who's ever dealt with that will pretty much say the same thing. I've never encountered someone who has liked heartbreak, who has liked how that felt. So yeah, heartbreak sucks. You know, and it's difficult. When I say it's difficult to deal with because you give, and maybe I guess this is where we messed up. You give your all to a person and you really trust them and you really love them and you really, are loyal to them. And then you turn around and you realize, wow, this is not what I thought it was. Because had it been what I thought it was, he or she would have never cheated on me. They would not have walked out on me. They would not have lied to me. They would not have done whatever it was that they did to you. And so it's like, Lord, what do I know I say, Lord, what do I deserve? Because I went through it and, I dealt with it the best way I knew how. And at one point, it really almost took me out of here. It really almost took me out of here. Like, And people called me crazy, but they weren't in my shoes and they didn't understand why I felt the way that I did, because I was promised so much. Um, the person came at such a crucial time in my life, and so I thought that the person was just a godsend. Oh, God just sent him to me, and yeah, he's the one. And as time moved on, oh my God, he's the one, and it's gonna work out, things are gonna be fine. Everything's not perfect, but things are gonna be just fine, and blah 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 blah. And when it turned out to be the exact opposite of what I thought it was gonna be, of course it hurt. Because now, I got so comfortable with you, I didn't want to be with anybody else, and it was devastating. And I'm sure for those who have gone through that, that's a devastating time. That's a very devastating time. You really don't know how to go about it, because part of you wants to be like, is it my fault? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, what did I deserve? Well, what did I do to deserve the disloyalty, the abuse of trust, the lack of loyalty? Like, what did I do? Like, and sometimes you question yourself, am I good enough? Like, was I everything that he wanted me to be? Was I everything that she wanted me to be? Because let me tell you something. Again, and I stress this. So many people talk about guys are heartbreakers, they are dogs, they are things like that. Let me please say, there are some women out here that are just as bad. And I know of some guys who have experienced heartbreak from their significant others, and their significant others were females. I'm telling you, females, we always want to cry and play the victim, but sometimes we are just as bad. We are just as bad. And it's like, yo, like, don't just sit here and try to play like the guys are always the ones hurting people. Like, females can be vicious too. Oh, we can be vicious and we can be petty. And so, it's devastating. And it's devastating. And even from the stories that I heard from some of the guys that I know that, have gotten their hearts broken by a female, I'm like, Jesus, she did that to you? Like, some of the things you just would not believe. And, I was in awe. Like, I was really in awe. Like, ow. But, it's not just the guys out here. And so, how do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with heartbreak? Because the things that we want to do to kind of help us to cope with it may not be the best things to do. Like, a lot of people I know, even I at one point, I was considering suicide. Like, and that is not the way to cope with heartbreak. Because let me say this. There is nobody that important for you to want to take your own life. I'm telling you. Your life is so precious and so valuable. And I had to learn that for myself. I'm telling you, if you out there and you've experienced heartbreak and you're dealing with it right now and you feel like, oh my God, if I can't have this person and I can't live anymore, then yo, facts, word up, listen to me. No. Because now that means that you have put this person on such a pedestal. You care more about them than you care about yourself, to the point to where it's like ridiculous. Like, you should love a person or whatever and still value your life. You should still be able to do things for yourself. You should still be able to live your life and then have a life with that person. But if that person is your life and your life revolves around them so much so to the fact that you feel like you literally cannot breathe without them. And when I say cannot breathe without them, I mean like when you want to take your life, like harm yourself, that's not good. That's not good. Now you have to reevaluate that relationship. Now you have to reevaluate what that person really means to you. And if, because that's dangerous. That's dangerous to put so much power into the hands of one person. And so I know, like, and it happened to me. It happened to me, and I had to realize, for me, because like I say, every time I mention God, I'm not trying to force y'all to have a relationship with God, even though it would be good, but I don't force anybody to have a relationship with God. But, in my relationship with God, I had to realize that I was putting this person first before I was putting God first. And that's not cool at all. And so that's why I was experiencing those feelings of wanting to commit suicide and things like that. So yeah, but how do you deal with heartbreak? Like some of the ways we want to cope is not, the best ways to cope. Not only did I cope with suicide, not only did I cope with heartbreak with trying to commit suicide, but I also tried coping with heartbreak by eating a lot. I mean, I ate and I ate and I ate and I ate some more and I ate some more. Like I just could not stop eating. And I mean, I just began to gain weight, health problems, things like that. Couldn't fit my clothes, and then that made me depressed. Like, oh my gosh! And now that's when it's dealing with my health. Like, oh, I'm eating, and that's making me feel better. But now I'm depressed because I can't fit into my clothes. I'm depressed because of the way I look. But because I felt that food was gonna fix my problem, and I indulged in it so much, that was the end result. So now, not only am I heavier than I was before, now I'm more depressed, and that's not good. And sometimes you want to cope with heartbreak by sexual binging. You just want to go out and have all the sex and do all the crazy stuff that you want to do. And that's not good either, because that's not fulfilling. It's temporary. It's like drinking or smoking or whatever. Things like that. Like sex is just as addicting as alcohol, and it can become an addiction. And so, like, people want to go out and be like, oh well, since he cheated on me, or well, since she cheated on me, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna just start having sex with everything that moves. That's not cute, and it's not cool, because now you're creating soul ties with all these different people, and it's only gonna mess you up more spiritually. That's just not good. People do turn to the drinking and to the smoking and things like that. That's also not good, because that affects your health. That affects your overall well-being. And so it's like, how can I cope with heartbreak in a healthy way? Like, how can I deal with it in a way where it will not harm me? Because there's so many feelings involved, and those feelings can lead you to do some really crazy things. And so one thing that I did, I wrote a lot. I have about 5 or 6 journals filled with 2 years worth of my feelings and how I felt about heartbreak when the person I loved tremendously left me, and when I had to deal with that. All the feelings that came with that. All the tears, all the anger, all the bitterness, all the hatred that came with that. I mean, I was upset. I was bitter. I was hating. I hated the person. I was so bitter. Then at one point I just got so numb. And that I felt, if I hurt anybody else's feelings, I didn't care, because I was so hurt, and didn't nobody care when I was hurt. So see, now, the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. And so now I'm a hurt person hurting other people, not caring about other people's feelings, but wanting somebody to care so much about my own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was really, 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 it was really something else. I feel like I have to sneeze. Like when your nose is tingling, like you gotta sneeze. Give me 1 minute. I need to go blow my nose or something, because I look crazy. But George didn't want to be a dog anymore. All he wanted was to take a bath. Brush his teeth. You watch Curious George. Go to bed. Yeah, I had to blow my nose. Oh, yeah, I had to blow my nose. My nose was tingling. Trying to get a cold now too, and I'm like, I can't. But what was I saying? Yeah, I was so bitter, and I felt worthless. I felt used. I felt abused, and I just felt like trash. I felt like I was used until I couldn't be used anymore. And once he used me all up, he just threw me in the trash and went on to the next person. And but instead of, and although I did try to harm myself and to drink my sorrows away and to everything like that, I realized at some point that it wasn't working for me. And so I had to resort to another way. So I wrote a lot. I drowned myself in music. Ain't nothing wrong with listening to music. And as I listened to music, I would sing. And that really helped me to free myself of the pain and the hurt. And of course, I'm Christian, so I went to church. I when I tell you, I really engulfed myself in church. I was always in church. Because I needed a word. I really needed a word. And so every time the doors of the church were open, if I could get there, I was there. Yeah. I had to deal with heartbreak in a way to where I could really accept it for what it was. Accept it like, okay, yeah, the person did this to me. It's not my fault. Or it's not entirely my fault. I'm not going to continue to beat myself up for it. I'm not going to continue to stress myself out about it. Even though sometimes, even to this day, I find myself stressing out about old stuff. And it's been affecting me lately. And I really need to cut it out. But, stress yourself. Don't let the stress build. Don't let that get you sick. It's gotten me sick. Deal with it in a way the way you can, accept it, take it for what it's worth, and start picking up the pieces and moving on. Although it's hard and although it's not a fast process, it's a process that needs to happen so that you can move on, so that when you get into that next relationship, or even if you don't get into a relationship for a few years, that you begin to rebuild who you are. Continue to brand yourself. Continue to discover who you are, because later on down the road, when you do get into a relationship, you don't have all that baggage, and you're not treating that man or that woman like they were the person who hurt you, because that's not fair to this new person that comes into your life. It's really not. So, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, look. There's going to be a period where you can't eat, can't sleep. I mean, everybody really deals with heartbreak differently. I mean, but even if you go through that period where you can't eat, you can't sleep, you're crying a lot, and you just feel like nothing, always remember that it's not going to last always. And I'm telling you this because I know it, because I went through it. And here we are almost 3 years later. And I'm still here. I'm happier now than I was then. Everything's not perfect, but I'm thankful to still be here. I'm thankful to still have the opportunity to get myself together, to know myself, to live my life. To live my life carefree. And if somebody is to come along and sweep me off my feet, then so be it. But at least I have a second chance to live life. Because I almost ended my life off the account of somebody hurting me emotionally. Telling you your life is worth so much. Never want to take your life off the account of somebody was stupid enough to not realize what they really had. Right? Right. So I'm gonna stop here. Because I feel another sneeze coming on and I need to really take some medicine and go to sleep. Or not even go to sleep, lay down, something. I just need to relax. So, thank you for watching tonight, and I hope that this little talk that we had really kind of opened up your eyes about how to deal with heartbreak in a positive way. Because it needs to be dealt with in a positive way. Because when it's dealt with in a negative way, it not only hurts you, but it hurts those around you, your friends, your family, your loved ones, all that. Okay? Thanks for watching. Please, please, please visit us at our website, welllllj.wix.com/Just Be Different. Like us on Facebook at the Just Be Different Movement. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, all of the links, the link to the website, the link to the movement page on Facebook, and my social media handles will be provided for you in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Janae. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. God bless. Love you. Later.